Hot football. Oh, that is beautiful. That is one of the best goals of the tournament.
It's hashtag football on 216.
It's not DNA, it's RSA.
What a fantastic goal that is. Champ of champions.
It brings me so much joy to finally be able to say it is 7:30 p.m. on a Monday night, which means the only youth football show that matters is now on your screens. This is Football on 216, where we shine the spotlight on tomorrow's champions today. And in order for us to successfully do that, there needs to be a host, someone who conquered the SuperSport MVP challenge, someone who took her place as the host of Football on 216, someone who leads the youth of South Africa every single weekday on the biggest youth station in the country. That someone, of course, is me. My name is Yvette Mhlauli. Abangithandayo bangibiza ngoFlosa Boza, ipoza lamapoza. The number one steering is Abati. They do not call me die hard for nothing. And oh, what a fantastic show it is going to be tonight. Banyana, of course, are taking on Tanzania in the WAFCON. And what a better way to celebrate the woman in green and gold than with a champion. But before we get into that, I need to introduce my team. The usual suspects, the gents who keep me going each and every single Monday. To my right, and of course to your left, as you know, Mr. Do-It-All, Mr. Know-It-All. If you can do it, then so can he. Lebza's in the house. Welcome back, Lebza. It's so good to see you again. And of course, KZN's finest exports. Cha, angikhulumi ngobanana, angikhulumi ngomoba. I'm talking about Siphesihle Musimane.
Moba no banana.
Are you Amtola? Siphesihle, it's so good to have you back once again. Aha, nah. We know, hopefully you'll do that. Oh, but you weren't here last week, so
yeah.
But as I said, tonight's guest is absolutely fantastic as we celebrate women who play football. Now, she spearheaded the under-20 of the Sundowns ladies team and led them to victory and ultimately became the Engine Knockout champions. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Siphesihle Galinda. Welcome to Football on 216. You let your feet do the talking, but this is a chilled environment. Here we have fun, we get to know you, we get to understand why you ended up making the decision to play football. So Siphesihle. Kuze ubone ukuthi yabona mina ngifuna ukudlala ibhola. Waze kanjani?
Yo, ndoma yenzima. Okay, bengidlala eKasi namachita estrateni, ama-one ball team, ne? And then one of my coaches, coach waseKasi angibona athi ngize groundini, but bengiyintombazana nge-one, so bengingafuni. Ngamtshela ukuthi hayi, bazothi ngiyahlanya intombazana njani egroundini idlala ibhola. And then alanda ubaba ama-team fethu, mntanakho kunento engiyibonayo and I understand because imncane. Bengithanda boma-5.
Yeah.
Yabo. So ngiyacela ezubabakhe take over umforce ukuthi aze groundini. Baba mangijuthi athi mntanami, manga groundini ngithengela noma yini. Then asuka kanjalo from there. And never looked back.
Yeah.
Since kanjalo.
So Uba Bekaya, he was always happy and always encouraging you to play ball?
Yo, too much. Baba, I don't think ngaphandle kwakhe kube ngifikile la ngikhona. Baba, ibhola like football journey yami be important kuye. He made sure ukuthi vele noma yini engidingayo when it comes to football uyayicover.
Well, your product is 1632. You proudly rep Tembisa no matter where you go. Tell us about that decision. Yokudlala football at Tembisa. Was the community welcoming? What was the journey like? Was it easy? First club yakho la udlala khona ngoba uthe udlala eKasi bokunjani?
Honestly, the community abanye bebangekho vela bayijwayelanga into enjalo. Kuyintombazana udlala ibhola kanjani uyahlanya kanti. Then mangicala abantu babukela ukuthi okay, hebo actually uyakwazi ukudlala lo mntwana. Then ila vele sebakhona ukusupporta first club yami angeke ngize ngikhohle le team guys. Ngithathe like ngasi next bangibeka bengicoach ama-twin. Ngisho inhlanhla
maybe izakani club yakho
Galop Boys.
Aha. And you were the only girl there?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, so bengicoach ama-twin and then lawo ama-twin lawa are different. Omunye strict, omunye calm. So lo makashaya lo bekasibuyisa. So mangithi ngiyagive up, lo calm uzongibuyisa. Then kanjalo vele aqhubeka ke.
Nice.
Ay, AJ, ntwana ke a bona fetwa bua ka bolo the smile nje you can see gore la ide imomadine ne so manje kuma Sandawana fetwa fitla ya kuma Sandawana ntwana because since re bua ka journey ya gago
kuma Sandawana ne ke dlala di Phillies game
au
ne
khohla ba
machiteng futhi so next ankere ndani ke sale ngwana ke na matsole na se so ha ke kora commentator but really Vincent Phala
yes so
ke wa ko Kaslag and then aburi lo muntu oqeda ukukorala intombazana then after the process kanti kuno coach Cup
ubimbile Vincent Phala
ura lo muntu oqeda ukukorala keep team intombazana is a female wase Kaslam beka breka ngamvela and then kanti coach Cup na shebile then there was this guy from Kaslam beka umngani ka Cup amtshela ukuthi kunomntwana lapha eKasi bona Siphesihle mangamletha uzombo then benginanga boma 14 I went there ngatrial bangithanda vele and then time ala board then azange kasabuyela then I re 15 ngabuyela he then since ka sign da
usakhuluma ngo15 number yakho 15
number like now
so asikhulume ngiyabona ukuthi ukhuluma kakhulu ngeFeelings yangazi ngomuntu waseKasi asikhulume ukuthi uthole kanjani ukuthi ubunzima from ukusandishina kuyibhola laseKasi ibhola laseKasi elihlukile nebhola bamlo Sundowns uthole kunzima noma uthole kulona
bekunzima guys cause mele manje number 1 adjust ukuthi now udlala professional eKasi udlalela ubumnandi ne uyenzela abantu banje bekumele ngiadapt ukuthi okay no angisadlali kuphela sengiyasipana understand so bekunzima vele but obviously ngoba bengathola team egrand vele ku Sundowns bangwelcome ezomntwana bangiguidayo then kanjalo nga-adapter easy yeah kubenda
as umdlali njengoba usho ukuthi ngalesikhathi udlala eKasi bawudlalela ubumnandi ne-exercise ne and then mawufika ku-professional manje soyasibhana sohola imali nawe sofuna ukuzibona udlalela ibanyana ngithi besides like of course ushilo ukuthi i-team bake welcome kahle in-environment yakhona ikwenza waba settled what are some of the things that you did personally in order ukuthi nawe uzikhumbuze ukuthi in fact nawe uwumuntu
guys
because sometimes siyakhohlwa right ukuthi abadlala i-professional ukuthi nababanje at the end of the day so what are some of the things that you do just as yourself to make sure that you unwind to make sure ukuthi mental health yakho isame kahle and things like that
okay ngiyazi you yet ne ngu-DJ so most of the time when i-football then I run behind the deck and my family vele bengazi ukuthi mangakufika ngikhulume nomamami sisi wami nani bhuti wami and then kune team enginayo nami abantwana so bengazi bengimekha
club yakho yakho tell us a bit more about that
Magazi FC benginamantombazana but then mara most manje bakuma matric then nabantwana from under 9 11 13 15 17
asikhulume ngokuthi last year I think ubuleader the same squad and nadliwa ile team enidle kuma final khuluma ukuthi bekunjani last year mandliwa and kunjani manje since useniwinini
yo last year masidliwa bekubhlungu guys kakhulu because besifuna like too much besispanela and then kwaba nama complications and then this year weirdly sidla abantu bebanathi last year labantu laba abolinda labo majayi abo bashini bebanathi last year mayisidla UJ babuyela le maybe bebathi bazosidla mara sina sibadlele mfowethu yabo sijikile izinto so yeah this year bemnandi kakhulu hit hard and different because kunzima ukudlala against umuntu ukumngani wakho best close like besifamily okay na manje saseyifamily angeke vele sijikelana yeah so bekunzima ukuthi guys phela uyangicava mfethu nawe ngiyakwazi so kubadla vele ukuthi
sure
sipanile manje
kuba khona that thing yokuthi nyandliwe asikhulume ngestandard ke manje sebhola labantu besimame within South Africa are you happy with the way things are going in women's football and if you could change maybe one or two things ngebhola labantu besimame where would you start
ngihappy and judging from ibhola labantu besimame kudala belingafana manje li more developed equipped and I just feel like kuseza saseningi into sazotshentsha kancane kancane khona kunomehluko kakhulu angifuna ukuqamba amanga and yeah into engayifuna mina ngathi like ngathandwa ukuthi at least nabo babathathe serious like the way yabona the support amajita ayitholayo nathi sithole leyo support leyo abantu besifazana njenga today when bokudlala i-World Cup abafana bekunama watch what like umhlaba wonke ama watch party but now ama advert but now ibanyani sakhona angibonanga na advert maybe TV esekhaya wrong mara ngiyibona understand like the support leyo asitholi support ephuka abafana and mongathapeka like the football yamantombazana esidlalayo imatured like it's esawina so I understand yeah so into engafuna ukuyichange
just more support
maybe sikhuluma sisese lapho ibe njani feeling mawubona ama tournament anjengo Engine lapho iwina abafana it's 25,000 yalingana iwina amantombazana nifila kanjani lokho because I think lapho kumele siqale khona ukuthi kulingana ama prize money akhona
this year ngibone this year icela ukulingana this year kahle but into engijabulisile ngibonile ukuthi okay it means manje sanotiseka people now understand ukuthi nathi we deserve the very same thing abafana abayitholayo le pena abayizwayo le pena sizwayo akunamehluko this is the same sport siyi family I understand so my Engine mabaletha into so ukuthi ama prize afane lento bayenza ku left bayenza na ku right ngijabulise kakhulu vele like into esifunayo le
so ntwana yami we are slowly but surely getting used to the fact that hore basadi badlala no we are getting used to it before initially something is shocking but now we are getting used to it so when as Motamika Sundowns what can you say to that young lady le hore le ene o batla ipona blonde medal tshwana le wena one day because we are building ntwana
we are really and lang tlotlo botsang ba gore like it is possible anything uskate pa ya fatsi modimo teng and ba push like I want to it lang easy more life so hard work hard work beats talent ba sure so if baspan utlo fitla mo tshwantse ngo fitlhe teng so it is possible
ngale sikhathi uthola le medal lena ulale nayo because I can tell that this is something that is close to your heart like we bega kuphendini like uyayineka somewhere endlini or uyibeka kuwe maybe spatchini like uyibeka phi le medal vele
angeneka ethi ngikhuluma iqiniso ngiyeneka mara mangicala ukufika nayo
ulale nayo ne
ulale nayo mara manje sengiyayeneka understand manje sengiyeneka manje
let's talk about the future Siphesihle the next 10 years where do you see yourself
funa ukuzibona ngidlala overseas
kuphi nendawo ntwana yami asidream big angithi nawe utshele amangosi la sekhaya asidream big ke nawe sikubona udreama kanjani
okay for me ne angifuna uqamba manga angina like specific team like as long ngifuna ukuthi challenge overseas I get really like there's young people from Ekaslam ababhekele kithi I understand and ngifuna ukubona nami ngirepresent ikhanda banyana straight get batla la
beautiful
maybe asikhulume ngokuthi kunjani ukuleader ama player Antswemba mina ngikhuluma ngabo Katlego Malibane bakhona kwi squad sakho ngikhuluma ngabo Jabulile Mbatha kunjani ukuleader abantu abatalented ngale ndlela as a captain
kunzima cause number 1 when we guide nabo labantu laba bana my emotion and as a leader sometimes you have to show up more and understand every time and kumbula when they do honestly they do so labantu laba abamnandi so kumbula most of the time game ipressure yakubo as example ukhethi understand ubhekiwe nani and so umntwana mele umgala ukuthi okay ntwana kidenge as leader yawo it's okay so kuba nzima because mele ubatshele nabo ukuthi okay skawara
ukhulumile nabantwana basekhaya bakubhekile asikhulume ke nabalandeli abantu abanibhekayo abantu abasupportayo iSundowns ladies what do you want to say to them
siyabonga kakhulu like siyabonga kakhulu for support yabo into abayenzayo yinhle like actually bayenza ukuthi sipushe more
yes
because you know ukuthi like sabanothisa yazi ukuthi yakhona abantu abasupporta khona abalandeli abahamba nathi kule journey even though singakafiki kuleso stage lesikhulu but bakhona from scratch so appreciate
thina si appreciate wena for being able to, at 5 years old, take that brave step and say, doesn't matter ukuthi community thini, doesn't matter ukuthi abanye abantu bathini, mina ngithanda into engiyithandayo and ngizophumela ngaphandle ngiyoyenza. You're leading Sundowns ladies, one of the biggest clubs not only in Africa, in the world.
Yep.
And I'm so grateful to see a young lady like you taking this thing so seriously. You have big dreams, and it shows that whatever you put your mind to is possible. What a role model you are. We love you. We appreciate you. We wish you all the best. The one and only Kali Kali. AJ, captains of Sundowns ladies under 20. What an absolute superstar. Currently the champions of the Engine Knockout. But make sure you don't go anywhere. We're not knocking you out. We're coming back after the break.
Champ of champions. Champ of champions.
Welcome back to Football on 216, where we shine the spotlight on tomorrow's champions. Today, Bozali Buyile. And what a beautiful way to throw forward to the month of women, then with the extraordinary player of Sundowns under 20 ladies, Siphesihle Kali Kali. Now, of course, it's time for us to unpack some of the results that our esteemed panel put together last week, without me, by the way. Let me just throw that out there. But first things first, we are going to get into the Engine Knockout. But even before that, it's time for us to introduce Ura Romano to the panel.
Ora
Nice and simple. I want to call it so let's talk all things Engine Knockout.
Sure. Into enzakalile Engine Knockout kunamanye ama province angakadlali. But then masibheka siqale KZN, obvious. Asiqale KZN so sibone amaZulu ebuya, uzokhumbula ukuthi amaZulu siwagcine ngo-2023 2024 because last year bekuyishaya Moya Boys. AmaZulu abuyile ayiwinile KZN, and then sibone surprise besazi ukuthi njalo Durban ladies iyawina, but then sibone Toti ladies laphana ke eKZN. Iyo into esibonile, and then sabona ne surprise enkambini zaka Ora kazithandayo Western Cape. Talking about
Western Cape, probably Siphesihle is talking about Cape Town.
Yeah, Cape Town, sure.
That Cape Town Roses also has been one of the teams that has been constantly coming to Champ of Champs, but it's jiggy this season. We don't have Cape Town City.
We don't have Ubuntu.
We don't have Ubuntu as well from Cape Town. So it's going to be interesting on the Champ of Champs. We saw Mamelodi Sundowns ladies will be representing Gauteng together with Kaizer Chiefs. So. Yes. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one.
Mawubheka sisakhuluma ngayo Cape Town, RV United deza ngapha neAtalyaspor nayo ke iza ngapha. Leya team leyana apparently ngathi yashisa. Kunomdlali odlalayo laphana owine player of the tournament, striker of the tournament kuyona Atalyaspor. So ngifuna ukubona ukuthi izowenza njani uma seyibhekene neKaizer Chiefs. Sibuye size ngapha eKasi sibone Kaizer Chiefs laphana ishaya iqembu lami Katoras Hyper Academy. So kusho ukuthi Kaizer Chiefs izo represent nayo yayiwine nini sayigcina uyibona nayo 2024 yebo, and then ke nayo Mamelodi Sundowns sayigcina uyibona 2024. Into enzakalile Mamelodi Sundowns ne UJ ladies badlale last year kwawina UJ ladies. This time Mamelodi Sundowns iyona ibuyayo, so masiya lapha ku Champ of Champs lapha ne High Performance Center UP Tags elapha sibona khona ukuthi kwenzakalani.
And also Dansiseva, just to add in more Engine. I think Katora's Tamere Fedi Flowers.
Yeah.
If you remember, but Samikile Drolly Chiefs not. And then go finally back up. I think they were a bit shaken. I think you go to somebody create mistakes, but I think Lebone they always show up good Engine. So I think Katora's Tamere wa pela matsogo Lebone.
Yeah, no, give it to Katora's coaches. I mean, that's Katora. Yeah, I think they came with a mission to Engine Knockout Challenge. From the first game, Katoras was on fire. I think it was the team to look out for. They were underdogs in the tournament, but I mean they pushed all the way through to the finals. They knocked out Sundowns on penalties. I mean it shows you, but again, the top 4 teams that were on the semi-finals, the top 4 teams on the Gauteng Development League under 19. So you can see they knew each other very well. You have your Highlands Park there, you have your Randburg, you have your Kaizer Chiefs. Those teams are always at the top. So it was a tough competition. For Katoras to be in the final, we give it a round of applause.
Nice one. It's time for us to touch on the GDL, East Rand Athletic rather, taking on Ducks. And before we get to your predictions and the results, let's start off with the under-14s. Siphesihle, what do you make of this game?
into engizokutshela yona ukuthi njalo mase lapha kwaTsaduza which is Tsakane iDuduza neKwaThema mase kuhlangane konke mase ke saya khona ibhola khona limnandi le game lebe ngicommentator elapho nami engithe ngizobona khona UP Tax because uyakhumbula njalo ngihlale ngithi UP Tax hayi no kunento ephekwayo lapha na
even last week just mentioned ukuthi even last week you were busy saying UP Tax
benguphi mina losipho but into engibonayo uyabona lapha na kuIsrael no khona into enziwayo okufike kwePitso Musimane youth football kubonisile kakhulu ngimbone naye khona uGrotman ebuye lapha phansi eyokhoja ukuthi asenzene kanje no le team le khona into ezanayo.
And I think Capes Fiso, we thought maybe because obviously we and we thought maybe they're gonna be shaky because they're in the building phase. But hey, you have confidence from a team who's going to take you over. It's something else because even his name, let's show them So I was very happy to see they use whatever we said because they are going to talk about the results. So ish. But
again, Yvette, I can just add on what Lebza is saying because I think also last week we touched on this. Remember, we went when the Pitso took over the team. We went to watch the game, and then you as well. There are some aspects of the game that you were so interesting about the Pitso Musimane football. Last week I was here to saying to Lebza to say Lebza when he comes with new shoes in studio. He kicks high now because now Pitso has taken over Eastern Athletic.
Are we going to show the shoes?
But just an example to say if something, if there's a shift, there's a change in football, like we were saying, the new coach, the new management, the new structure. All of a sudden, you have a sponsor, you have new track pants, you have you wearing the sneakers to the game. That thing also gives you confidence and sense of belonging as well. That's why I was saying. I see this team going very far.
And they're going very far indeed because the under-15s, there was no difference. Let's talk about that game and unpack it. Lebza, I'm going to start with you.
Under 15, we knew when a year before last, UP Tax they went overseas to go play, right? So no, a team you go under 17. So obviously the culture is something elite, but the pasta di Antoine because they lost 2-1 to Era. So I thought maybe like experience they can bring something, but it's not like they lost a big margin. It's only 2-1, only one goal. But at the same time, it's a loss to them.
Into ngibone kakhulu imistake ama-mistake enziwe ugoalkeeper we-UP Tax abethe ukuthi kakhulu mina igoli lokuqala uyaphuma eboxini lakhe uya ngaphandle so lawo mistake lawo but yazi now i-development le but yona Israel isibonisa iqala leya game ukuthi igame izoyithatha maybe ukueda kakhulu kulento ekhuluma ngayo or kuyangijabulisa niyazi ke mina ngi-prime minister yaselokishini kuyangijabulisa ukubona ukuthi i-promise Mr. Pitso Musimane uyikhiphile kulabo coach baselokishini amine bonke basisekhona lapha niyangijabulisa bajabulile so lokho mina into engayishayela izandla le.
I think also you spoke about the mistakes from the keeper. Very bad mistakes, but he's still young, he's still learning. Also the communication with his defense. I mean, you can see the goals that were conceded. Also in the box, how do you let people score goals? It was about three attacking players of Pitso Musimane and then against 4-5 defenders. I think that's something that the coach needs to go back to their iPad and look to fix on that. I mean, they're still under 15. There's a lot that they need to learn.
Absolutely. It's time for us to move over to the under-17s. Ura, I'm going to throw it straight back to you. Let's dissect the game.
Yeah, under 17, I put my head on the block. I said they're going to win 2-1. We'll see what the score was. I did give it to Pitso Musimane. No one was giving it to Pitso Musimane, but as well as you can see how the game is being played now. A lot of tactics, a lot of building from the back, which Tax was trying a lot. This is the second mistake from a different keeper, trying to build from the back. But I guess the pitch was a bit bumpy there as well, as you can see.
Angazi mhlambe i-ground bashayekile ngalo but then into engibonile bekunama mistakes amaningi lapha ku UP Tax. You expect njengoba Lebza ekhulumile khumbula le qembu leli iqembu elela overseas lisesama under 15 so futhi uzo expect ukuthini ama under 17 usually ku engine bayawafaka lapha ku engine and ama under 17 lawo and UP Tax beyikhona ku engine knockout so ubuzo expect ukuthi at least ibe phezulu nyana kwayo Israel because bona babuya ku tournament kanje but ke ibhola leni ibhola leni.
Ntwana ke bare the higher you go, the colder it becomes. So normally na le gore the more ba go godimo, the more the goal is short. Mara mo 3-0 ntwana na ke makete le na gore at under 17 level, tactics are there, yes, but obsala ba khono gora 3 goals. So I think touchdown now will back to the drawing board. But lukise mo le I think the mistakes diba costly.
Yeah.
Not taking anything away from Pitso Musimane with football, but at the same time why so they have to go back and fix whatever
Absolutely. Let's head over straight to the under-19s. We're going to dissect that game. Lebs, I'm going to start with you.
Yeah.
What did you make of it?
Again, the goals normally more but this time around they showed up 3-2. I mean 5 goal thriller. Yeah, taxi error. So I think that's what I'm saying. When I hate it, or no, I think Barry read a script. Normally we say under 19 there's no goals. So I was happy to see 5 goals on an under 19 level.
That's a goal.
Was that a goal?
It
does.
Was a goal? Siphesihle, you're saying it's not a goal? So you're saying it's not a goal?
Yeah,
Lebza.
No,
I think mhlambe ukuza kwipoint la kaLebza. Hlale sisho ukuthi under 13 silindele mhlambe even if ngabe o3-0 nani base sibancane under 14 ikhule but asilindelanga ukuthi kufike under 19 ngisho kuthiwa iyadliwa uPitax but idliwe ngescore obo ba3-0 kusho ukuthi sideveloper because the most developer ido momele nibonise nani ukuthi nilida labantwana so uPitax ukora amagoli ayi2 mina lokho ekushayela izandla uhlale ungizwa ngisho ukuthi anginendaba under 13 ngadliwa ba3-0 but ngithi sisakhula mara mase under 19 asiboniseni mfethu angesodliwa 7 under 19 but uPitax lapho esishayela khona izandla
Ura?
Yeah, no, I think the quality, that's what I'm uploading these boys for. If you can look at the goals, the quality of the goals they scored, even this goal they just scored now, that's
a banger.
That's a brilliant quality from the striker there as well. Again, look at the bouncing ball when it goes to the keeper. That's one thing that I've mentioned earlier to say. I think the pitch wasn't that nice, especially the same side where the mistakes happened. But again, a good game from the under-19s. Look at the tactics. The striker knowing where they are, Lebza will tell you, the striker's instinct. That's what I always say. Know where you are, know where the goalposts are.
Is there any way to properly prepare the boys for a pitch like that?
It's very difficult because obviously your style of play depends on the flow. But if ground sharp, if you're playing tiki-taka, you're not going to be able to play it because now you can't put the ball on the ground. So I think it's very difficult for coaches to prepare the boys. Maybe you might say, guys, expect them doing it so because if you look at the ground, good James Dean, they will link at the ball to the good. Or when you pass, it's got to move flow because the moment it's a move is bumpy. So I think you might say, yeah, you can, but it's very, very difficult.
Nice one there, Lebza.
It's difficult, Floza, also, but I think we're still at the development level. The pitches, some of them, they are not so great. Some of them are so brilliant. But then again, it's up to the boys as well. They know if we go into Eastern Athletic, what kind of pitch are we going to expect? If we go into Clapham, what kind of a pitch we're going to expect? And also, I think I can put it to the coach as well to say, how are the coaches' tactics? Can you still remain with your passing game if you see that you have the 12 men, which is the pitch against you? What is it that you're going to introduce to the boys? Are you changing the style of play? But again, that's to the coaches.
Absolutely. Now, I did want us to unpack the score predictions with East Rand Athletics FC, but then I thought, no, man, Coach Pitso is on his way to this studio. So why not unpack the score predictions with Coach Pitso? Whitewash was the word that you guys used. Can't wait for him to hear all about that. Listen, make sure you don't go anywhere. The legendary Coach Pitso Jingles Musimane is in the house.
Of champions and of champions.
Welcome to SuperSport Schools, the home of tomorrow's champions. We did honor the invite today. Once more again, as you know, we always honor the invite. Dr. Pitso Musimane invited us here in Sandton. We have seen Dr. Pitso Musimane launching his Pitso Musimane Soccer Schools, later on launching Pitso Musimane Youth Football and acquiring the status of Eastern Athletic Club, which participates in the Gauteng Development League. Well, today we don't know what is going on, but behind me here, it is a clue of what might be going on. You know what? Follow me. Let's go see what's happening.
welcome everybody, and we know that you have an important role to play today in what we are going to be announcing. I think we all agree that the future of African football will not only be shaped by what happens on the field of play, but also we have a collective responsibility here to educate and to empower and to develop the young people that will go on and play and coach and lead this game in the future.
Coach Pitso Musimane, Youth Football Coaching Manual. It is a complete guide to developing young players and creating the player of tomorrow.
So many days growing up in South Africa, we simply played football. We played wherever we could, in the streets, open spaces, in the backyards of our houses, with whatever ball we found. We used even plastic bags to make football. We played because we loved the game, nothing else. At the time, I could never have imagined where that love of football would have taken me. It opened doors that I knew existed.
I guess now we're no longer wondering why we did get an invite. It was the invite from Dr. Pitso Musimane launching his youth football coaching manual, which is targeting to create a better player for tomorrow. And as you know ourselves here at SuperSport Schools, we pride ourselves on creating tomorrow's champions as well.
And of champions.
He's broken barriers and conquered Africa from the touchline and beyond. And of course, today, he's taking it to the pages. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an absolute honor for me to be able to say, please help us welcome, Coach Pitso Jingles Musimane.
Dr. Coach.
Thank you very much. Thanks for the invite.
Let me start by saying happy belated birthday.
What a birthday present I got yesterday.
My birthday was on the 17th, so this is a great gift for me.
Oh, you're a July girl?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm a Cancerian just like you.
I'm Leo.
You just missed it.
Yeah.
They say legends are born in July. My dad is born a day before Dr. Pitso.
There you go.
Oh, unbelievable.
Coach, we know how busy you are, and it's such a blessing to be able to have you in studio today. Let's jump straight into it. An entire coaching manual. How long has this been in the works?
This has been in the works for about 3 years. It's nothing new. It's what the coaches have been doing. It's just that we did not document it.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not coming here to play clever and say, oh, I've got something special. Okay, it is special because we talk about it. And when you read the manual, you will say, yeah, but I know about this, right? But the other person, the youngster or the new coach coming, doesn't know about it. So why we don't make it easier for them to know that? And by the way, we have not been able to make it as a reference or something to a resource. Everybody's been doing whatever he wants or whatever he learned. Even myself, I've been coaching football the way I was coached before.
Yes.
Right? But when you go to academics, let's say we go to school, right? The teachers have a guide. They have a curriculum. They have a scheme book. There's a textbook that we follow, right? But in football, we never had that. Everyone was doing whatever he wants to do because he has learned that way, or he has seen somebody else coaching, right? But we need to have a resource where, like a national platform, where we say, if we coach the under-7s and under-9s, this is the way, the principles, by the way. Anybody can do whatever he wants to do with the exercises, right? But the principles. In school, we used to have a manual called Jutas or Van Skalbeek, or whatever those things, right? But every teacher can teach the way he wants to teach. But we have something that we have to follow, like a curriculum, right? So this is a curriculum that we need to follow in the country. And it's not my curriculum. It's what the world is doing, what FIFA is doing, what English FA is doing, how Mbappe was developed, how Lamine Yamal was developed, how the legends have been developed in Europe, how Zidane and them were developed, right? And all is in the principles and all in the basics, all in the foundation of how we need to develop that. So we need to follow what the world is doing in South Africa. We cannot say, oh, we don't want to follow that, but we say, but why Spain is always winning in the women football? Under 17s, under 20s, under 23 Olympic, oh, Spain again. Luis Enrique wins the Champions League. Pep wins the Champions League. Where is that coming from? From Spain, right? So the coach of Spain has been coming through the ranks, right? But he is not doing his own thing. He's following the path and the system. He's following the 4-3-3 formations that we're talking about. But Barcelona is playing it. Real Madrid is playing it. All the La Liga teams, most of the La Liga teams are playing it, right? So why now, when it comes to us in South Africa, we don't have principles and, you know, sometimes you call it philosophy. I always call it the way of playing, right? Why we don't have that as a national program? And I'm not saying Pitso is writing a national program, right? But I'm saying the world is going this way and following this way. The Ajax Amsterdam is doing that. The Borussia Dortmund is doing that. The Masia Academy is doing that. So I researched what FIFA is doing also, right? And I researched and I put it together. I said, this is what the world is doing. So South Africa, we need to follow what the world is doing. If we want to compete with them in the World Cup, if we want to compete them in Women's World Cup, we want to compete them in junior national teams. But why we don't want to see what they're doing? So we need to understand what they're doing and also develop the player of tomorrow, as I call it, the way the world is doing it. What does Brazil do? So we cannot say, oh, we don't want to copy other people. Right, fine, we don't want to copy, but what do you have? What do you do? And then you find that everyone is doing this. We see the under-9s league in East Rand is played like this. Under-9 league in the West Rand is playing like this. So I've tried to say this is the structure. When you have the under-7s, come on, don't use size 5 ball. Don't use the biggest goals because they're so short and the ball goes over him as a goalkeeper and the ball they score. So you're saying that guy is a top goal scorer. No, but I mean, you're just hitting it up and then you know that's going to go in, right? So we need to have a plan and a system of how we follow it so that the whole country can follow. And that way, that's what the world is doing. So we cannot have under-7s in East Rand playing 11 against 11. In West Rand, play 9 against 9. In the north they play 8v8. Now in the south, some people are playing 3v3s. So what does the country want? The size of the pitch must be the same. The size of the goalpost must be the same. The size of the ball must be size 3 or a size 4.
Absolutely.
Before we go to size 5s, right? The time of playing must be consistent. We need to have the same durations of time. The way we train is the way we play, so that the children can never be surprised, oh, we're playing now against Panorama. Oh, this thing has changed now. But we've been training like this, now we play like this. And when you go to the World Cup, under 15s, with the schools tournament, under 17s, under 20 and all, the world is playing in this format.
Yes.
But you've been reading geography, but you're writing the test of biology.
Would you say, Coach, that's why we're seeing less exports?
I'm not saying exactly that, but it is contributing. It is contributing. Why we play different programs? Why the system of the schools is not the same as system of the schools in the private schools? Because I've seen my son who's playing in the under 15s of Kaizer Chiefs, right? When it comes to school, under 15s, under 14s, he's not there. Oh, why he's not here? No, the school program for the under 15 to go to the CAF doesn't include the schools. It includes the schools. So the system is not aligned. So what you see in the national team is not exactly what you have, right? Talk to me about my team in the GDL, in the East.
I want to touch on that, Coach. Sorry
Okay,
to
we come
interrupt
into
you.
that. Sorry to come into that.
I want
Okay.
to touch on that right there,
Yeah.
on your team in the East Rand.
Yeah.
Because the little birdie told me that you took a thing or two from watching how the Springboks execute their play. Is that true?
No, I learned from the Bokkers. I learned from the All Blacks. I learned from the Williams sisters who play tennis, how they developed. I learned from Lewis Hamilton. He started with the go-kart, right? So I went to East Rand. I inherited this team 2 months back. You know that,
Yes.
right? And I said, but are all the East Rand boys here? Is the all top talent in the East Rand here? No, they're not there. But I have a match every week. I have to continue, right? And I had to speak to the LFAs of the East Rand, to the president, to say, President, can we have at least a tournament that involves all the LFAs? I mean, there are players who are supposed to be in this team. They are not there. Why we don't give these children a chance to play? Because they've got talent. You cannot tell me the whole East Rand is only Katoras and us in the GDL. Come, there's a lot of children who are not represented.
Absolutely.
Who can play and who've got the top talent. And then we made the tournament. We got a few players. We brought them in now. They've upgraded the team. The team is getting a little bit better because we've got some boys from Kwatema. We were doing it there. And I still believe there's so many children from the East Rand who need to play in the GDL, by the way, right?
Yeah.
We haven't exhausted it. And I'm saying to the coaches, bring the children, bring this talent, top talent. Let them play at the highest level because they've done their job in the LFAs, which is good, right? But can we take them to the GDL because they have a chance to play in the national teams? Because all the under-15s of the schools come from GDL. All the under 17s come from GDL. All the under 19s they come from the GDL. PSL players come from the GDL. In the World Cup under 23, the World Cup 2026, we had players from the GDL. So bring the children to the GDL. Why you hoard them in the LFAs? They've done their job in the LFA, and let's credit the coach who has coached them in the LFA. But manje, we keep them, come on, let them play in the GDL, let them play in the DDC. They're now in the doorstep of PSL, we are in the DDC, right? So let's bring them there. But we want to keep them in the Hollywood Bets team, 4 levels up. It's going to take 6 years to get to the Premier League. Let's push them. They are there, the talent is there. You can never tell me that Katoras have done exceptionally well. You can never tell me that the whole Israel is represented. We're going to Brakpan, we're going to Davidton. Come on, give me the players, man. Let the boys come and play and show their talent, right? And by the way, we don't have contracts in the GDL. I know that. I'm not interested in who's going to take them or whatever. You know what's going to happen. Chiefs and Sundowns only take the best we have, right? They're going to come and look at my team. They come and look at Katoras. Who's the best? Come here. Play for us, right? And then we're saying Chiefs and Sundowns are beating everybody. Of course they're taking the best talent. They're leaving us with crumbs. And when they win, come on, they're supposed to win, by the way, right? Because they have everybody and they have resources. Ask me, my boys, how they come to training. Where do we train? We don't have the resources of Sundowns. We don't have the resources of Chiefs, right? Me and Katoras, we are the people who are struggling and putting these things together. And when something emerges, they take, right? And then we're supposed to play against these people again. Of course, they're going to beat us.
So, Coach, maybe into innings as Israel, would you say ama-trials, because when ukhuluma ukuthi asizilethe intwana, would you say zihlale boxer siya kuma-trials? I know nani benihostile ngekudala. Would you say ukuthi le approach ama-trials isasebenza noma mhlambe le yaku-assess play?
No, mina, you see, when I'm from Soweto, right? I can't go to the East End and I play as if I know. That's why I went to the LFAs or whatever. That's why now my coaches are from the East End.
Yeah.
And where are my coaches coming from? From the Pitso Musimane youth football, from the schools and everybody. I must give them a chance, right?
Yes.
If I want, I'll go take the ex-players, this coach and that coach, and try and win as quick as possible. I'm not afraid of relegation, by the way. I found the team where it is. And even if you go to relegation, hey, come on, it's youth football, right? We'll come back next year. We will say to the whole East End, but why you don't have a true representative of your children in this thing? We will come back, right? I just found the team like that, right? And I have to improve it, and it is improving. Ask me, are we improving? Yes, we didn't win against Tuks in Pretoria 2 months back. I think we got maybe 4 points. We got 12 now. Come on, that's an improvement. Right? There's a big improvement.
Absolutely is.
And I'm saying to East End, give top talent to GDL, put them in the DC, put them in the Premier League. We had Benoni United, we had all this, everything from the East End. It's not the true representative of East End. Katoras can have 80. I can have 80. There's so much talent to be developed and to be given a chance. And that's why I'm asking my true friend that I know he understands this GDL very well and knows everything. To say, ubonani bapha abafana abangadlala ku GDL baletheni bantu bakithi. And by the way, in GDL you register anytime.
Transfer season doesn't close. That's what I always say. And coach, coming back to the book, I know you've mentioned the journalist asked you a question one day. You won everything in football. And the journalist asked you after losing a match with your losing match face. And they ask you, what have you learned? I'm going to go back to the book and say, did you have an aha moment while you're compiling the book regarding the youth football?
Yeah, the role of the coach. What is a coach? A coach is not a winner because you've got the best system of 4-3-3 or 4-4-2, and then you are a top coach, right? The coaches of Sundowns and Chiefs must win because they have the top talent. They're supposed to win, and if they don't win, that's what we ask themselves, you're getting players from KZN, from Free State, where am I going to host them? I don't have an accommodation for these boys. I rely on local talent, local boys who are in the area. To come and train and play because this is the only thing we have, right? And then you can judge me on that, okay? I don't have a Mamelodi Sundowns, Clapham, Yonkel, I'm not a billionaire, right? So I will do the best I can. Davidton, an opportunity to play. And I say, if Sundowns want him, it's good for me to say, absolutely. Why you hold these boys and nobody gets a chance, right? The only challenge is when they kill the nest, they don't give opportunities for good ngihambe ngiyofuna bani. Ukuthi ngihambe ngiyothatha amabhola awu-10 ngiwashiye Davidton, amanye ngiwanishiye Brakpan, ama-Jay-Z nani ukuthi hey bantu bakithi yini nisinika ama-player we rely on you because we rely on the LFAs. So asibaniki nix siyabathathela abatholi nix. And then nabo bayashayina manje baya go under 17 national teams. Because you know the national teams is Sundowns and Chiefs, right? We should put it straight and open, right? And you know who are the coaches of under 17 and under 15 and what is Sundowns and Chiefs, right? And I'm not saying why them, why not them. Yes, let them be there, no problem, because they have, but they have also players from Katoras, from Risa, from wherever, but you give nothing back. So you kill in the nest. So Tina Lavas Bafagama Texini, Sebatenga Lama tracksuit, I do my best to give them and you can see they look better. You know? But what do I get? Nothing in return. And I don't need money for myself, right? I'm saying ithi ngihambe nami kwaThema LFA ngithi hey sinikile umfana namabhola u10 nangama beep nama cones. So we the bigger boys take and go away.
And don't give back.
What do they give back? Buzi Katoras, Buzi Eresa, Batata Yonkin. What did they give? And then Bawini League, right?
Coach, let's touch on something very important that you mentioned, the national squad. Do you think in South African football, senze progress? Maubheka abadlali abafana nabo Magazi, abo Apollos, abo Aubrey Mudiba, who had humble beginnings within the GDL. Now you see them on the world stage. Are we doing well? Or are we doing better, rather?
No, the GDL is is the elite tournament in the country, right? And we should asking ourselves why we don't have a KZN development league, why we don't have a Polokwane development league. So the true representation of what we have is not really the one.
Exactly.
Right? Until we have them in each and every province. Because I think 20% of the GDL or 15% is players from KZN and Free State. They're all coming here to have a chance to play. I've got 3 from Northwest. I've got 1 from Utembele, the under 19. It's from Eastern Cape. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So if we do it right, we can do better. And by the way, it becomes a win at all cost, manje with GDL. Are we developing players or we want to win? So we win because manga win, we are good relegation, right? So now are we training them the right way? Do we give them chance? So we don't give chance for them to develop, right?
Exactly.
Because Mhlambe is gonna deep form yakhe deeper. Some fun. And by the way, physique plays a big role with GDL, right? If you outsprint others, if you're stronger, we are correct. We are defender, all right? But at the end, do we have a national team player? Maybe not. Okay, but he was good in the 14 and 15s because look at the 14s and 15s. Look at Sundowns and Chiefs, come on. Go and born captain wa Mundlo Lungak. Under 14. Is this size, right? If you showed the Lapa when the under 14 started, the tax one is there. He's here. But Undlondlo wants to play, and Undlondlo has the heart to play, and Undlondlo is a leader. He's the captain. I mean, come on, man. Are we just only want that trophy? Is it youth football about that? About winning? So my book says it's not all about winning. It's about developing the player. It's not how you start. It's how you end. And if Spain was on the size, you would not have Azabayal, you would not have Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal is not even bigger than my under 19 team players, right? So is it the size? Why Pedri Ungak? If it is all about the size and whatever. So at youth football, size matters.
Yes.
In GDL, right? And gunembazo lapho ukuthi you're getting relegated. So abacoach manje abafuna ukurelegate. So bathukile abafuna ukurelegate. So nabo bafuna laba bangathi ba strong. Yebona seyap manje lento. So abondlondlo bana chance manje.
You can tell that there is so much knowledge to unpack in this book. Coach Pitso Musimane, Youth Football Coaching Manual. The man of the moment is here in studio. Coach, we're out of time, but before we let you go, to the people watching at home who want to get their hands on this book, I know that schools football is also so important.
That's why the minister came, the Minister of Basic Education. He says, Coach, I need youth sports, I need football in my schools to be because it's a black child, right? Let's be deliberate, right? So let's give them a chance. Let's coach nasesikolweni. Mina ngithi ucoach okwaThema lo ngafundanga kahle kahle isilungu from grade 12 whatever. We coach mangafunda le manual le. Simnikeza ama BP, simnikeza ama cones. Sithi coach, you've done enough. You've been coaching for 20 years. So zama ukustructureize ibe kanje. we will get the players, man. The talent is always in the
Coach, incwadi singayithenga kuphi?
incwadi ikhona ku Pitso Musimane Youth Football website. We can order from there and we can do all that. I would love to see this book in the whole of East Rand. Ey'kolweni, kuma LFAs, sibabonise aba-coach, sibafake phakathi klasini. Singakhulumi nje isilungu bantu bakithi, nangesizulu siyayifundisa lento. Aba-coach, abantwana bazophuma lapho, kudala baphuma lapho abantwana. Bayalazi ibhola abantwana. U-coach unikeza i-direction.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Many, many years ago, Jomo Sono believed in this man, and today he wants to believe in you. Coach Pitso Musimane, the coaching manual is out now. Make sure you go out and get it for yourself, get it for your school, get it for your kids, because the future starts here and now today. What an absolutely fantastic episode we had. Thank you so much for tuning into Football on 216. Coach Pitso, what an absolute honor it was to have you in studio. Congratulations on this fantastic book. We wish you all the best.
We will unpack it one of the episodes.
Absolutely. That means Coach is coming back, and I am so happy. From me, Yvette Mhlauli, the usual suspect, and Coach Jingles, it is good night.
Champ of champions.